I don't think I've been so bored by a Pixar movie that I contemplated switching rooms to re-watch The Invisible Man. Onward stars Tom Holland, who looks like every weak, big-nosed, and brittle animated protagonist. Except this will blow your mind because this kid is blue. Bump that fucking Eiffel 65 track! Holland is accompanied by everyone's favorite lovable pork chop, Chris Pratt. He plays his older brother who loves a parody of monsters and mazes. He also has the social awareness of Phineas P. Gage, so he often says things that get him and his brother into trouble, like a wife drunkenly discussing your sexual exploits at the Thanksgiving table. The two of them are given a Phoenix gem by their late father, so he can see who his sons grew up to be. However, Holland is a level 1 wizard and messes up the spell, so the late dad is nothing more than a walking pair of legs. Besides giving me cow and chicken flashbacks, this mistake sets the two of them on a quest to find another Phoenix gem, finish downloading the rest of their dad, and spend what little time they have left with him before he fades away by next morning light. Remember the old days when Pixar actually took the time to think their films through? Ignoring Cars, of course, sequences line up so perfectly in this movie you'd be forgiven for thinking the planets aligned to allow the Titans to escape from Tartarus. You see, that game of goblins and grottos that Pratt's character is into is based on historical events in that world. This acts as the inspiration for them to begin their adventure, which is guided by Pratt's enthusiasm, or sheer dumb luck depending on your outlook. So whenever something that should be a devastating moment occurs, it is immediately remedied. Oh no, the map we so desperately needed burned to ash! No need to fret, this child's menu will point us in the right direction. Okay, but how do we know what we're looking for? Oh, never mind, the giant obvious statues a few hours north of here and visible from the highway are still standing after an unspecified amount of time and haven't been destroyed by weather, natural disaster, war, or construction. Glad to know industrialization missed a spot. This is the biggest issue I have with Onward. The fantasy setting is nothing more than a skin for an unenthusiastic story. Sure, there is circumstantial humor like a troll working a toll bridge. There is plenty of mileage in there if they just took the time to come up with more jokes. Top of my head idea, I would have loved to have seen a herd of vegan minotaur protesting a steak and shake, but no, let's stay focused on Pratt's fucking van. The creativity feels fettered and has no continuous through line. If a centaur is going to drive a car, both the body and frame should allow for it to fit through without a problem. Instead, the car is just a regular police vehicle and the cop fits in awkwardly like a square peg in a round hole. Oh, silly Albeleo, we made the houses look like giant mushrooms. Sure, but they do nothing. Also, why are the Pegasus retarded raccoons? Well, because we made something beautiful stupid now. Pixar, do you know who else tried to subvert this level of expectation? Rian Johnson. Do you want to be like him? Yeah, I didn't think so. You're grounded. Go back to your office and think about what you've done. None of this is to say that there isn't emotion behind the film. The ultimate realization for Holland's character at the end is solid enough to pass through the urethra. So while the final result is everything some poor bastards could hope for, it's passing the stone that everyone has to struggle through. This makes Onward yet another modern Pixar film. There is little to no threat for any of the characters like Coco. The world is not thought through like Cars. There is a lack of imagination like Inside Out. The emotion doesn't hit hard or stick with you like Finding Nemo. All critical circumstances to some degree are solved using magic as a literal crutch. Onward is just a series of leftovers from previous Pixar titles, good or bad. There is little of merit here and the film falls flat in almost every possible way. Glad to know Pixar doesn't have a soul anymore, as the opening monologue spoke about how magic was once abundant in the world, but no longer. It's a real shame because looking back on Pixar's recent filmography, that opening monologue has a lot more weight to it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe for more weekly reviews, and I'll see you next week.